As a business attorney, friends have asked me whether Elon Musk will be required to buy Twitter for $44 billion. My name is Jared Topola, and in this video, I'll talk about that as well as two things that small business owners can learn from what Musk may have done poorly, leading to Twitter suing him and potentially having a strong case. There's a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. On July 8th, 2022, a couple of months after entering into the agreement to purchase Twitter, Musk notified Twitter that he was pulling out of the deal. On July 12th, Twitter filed suit against Musk, seeking a court order directing Musk to follow through with the deal. The first thing Musk may have done wrong, at least according to Twitter, is to enter into a completely one-sided, seller-friendly contract that prevents him from backing out for what would otherwise seem like a pretty legitimate reason. For example, during the course of the deal, Musk publicly commented on the possibility of Twitter having significantly more fake accounts than the quote less than 5% that it represented. In one case, Musk made the analogy that if you agree to buy a house and the seller says the house has less than 5% termites, that's an acceptable number. But if it turns out the house has 90% termites, then that's not acceptable. Musk claims that Twitter failed to provide his team adequate information about how it estimates the number of fake accounts on the platform, despite his repeated requests. In Musk's termination notice, Musk's lawyers stressed that he negotiated access and information rights within the agreement precisely so that he could review data and information that is important to Twitter's business before financing and completing the transaction. According to Twitter's complaint, the information requested must be for a, quote, reasonable business purpose related to the consummation of the transactions contemplated by this agreement, end quote. Twitter claims it provided Musk the information he requested, despite not being required to, and that Musk made his offer without seeking any representation from Twitter regarding its estimates of spam or false accounts. Furthermore, according to Twitter, the agreement contains no business due diligence conditions. Twitter's basically saying that the number of fake accounts is irrelevant to Musk's obligation to complete the transaction. In fact, Twitter asserts that the contract prohibits Musk from terminating based on Twitter's representations about the number of fake accounts on the platform. According to Twitter, the agreement contains various representations by Twitter that are complete and accurate in all material respects, but any inaccuracy in these representations does not excuse closing unless it rises to the level of a company material adverse effect, which is defined in the contract to exclude, quote, any matter disclosed in the company SEC documents filed by the company prior to the date of this agreement, end quote. This includes Twitter's representation of having less than 5% fake accounts. Musk also claimed that Twitter breached the agreement by firing a significant number of employees.
You're fired.
Including 2 senior executives without his consent. But Twitter alleges that it negotiated for itself a right to hire and fire employees at all levels, including executives, without having to seek Musk's consent. The second thing Musk did that small business owners should consider avoiding is to air out everything about your business dealings with others on social media. Twitter accuses Musk of breaching the contract by doing just that, pointing to provisions in the agreement that require Musk to get its blessing before he publicly posts about what's happening with the transaction. Truthfully, there's no way to know how the litigation will play out at this point. If you have an opinion, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I have no stake in the outcome, but I think Twitter has laid out a pretty compelling case in its 62-page complaint. Twitter goes to great lengths to diffuse Musk's reasons for terminating the deal and accuses Musk of multiple breaches of the contract that alleges would preclude him from properly terminating the contract. It's always prudent to hear what both sides have to say before coming to any conclusions. It'll be interesting to see how Musk responds. Once the case comes to a conclusion, we'll be doing a follow-up video, so please be sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you have any questions about your business or contract in the meantime, I'd be happy to discuss it with you. Call me at the law offices of Aaron Delgado & Associates. There's a link in the description. Thank you for spending time with me today. I'll see you in the next video.